Ron, now that you have Zoysia, how do the blades compare to Bermuda? I'm thinking about doing some in my shaded areas. I want to make sure they match. Thoughts? It's finer. The blade is finer than what I have in the backyard, and as far as matching, they don't really match, man. So you know what it is. Because Real Rollers has TIFF. They have TIFF Tough and they have Xeon right next to each other. And the color of both of them is nice, right? Like even when they're growing in and you get into like late April, early May when they're greened up and looking really good, the color is both nice. Zoysia, like the color of Zoysia to my eye is more like an emerald type green. I mean, I know it's like an emerald Zoysia, but it's more like an emerald type green as far as the color. And then like the sheen of the grass is different, if that makes sense. So like whereas Bermuda is like Bermuda can be really dark and deep, but it tends to be more like a flat or a satin as far as like just the way the color looks when the sunlight hits it. Zoysia tends to be shinier to my eyes. You know what I mean? So even if you have the same color or same color, which you're not going to be, like the way the grass looks is going to be different because the way the light hits it, and Zoysia being, again, I wish we had a better way of explaining it. It just looks shinier. You know what I mean? Than like Bermuda does. So what I'd say is if you got an area that's shaded, I mean, and you want to have grass there, Zoysia's not going to be bad. You know, that's not going to be a bad choice as long as you can isolate them. What I would be leery of is having like Zoysia and the Bermuda run into each other, because the Zoysia, like the Bermuda, the Zoysia will grow where the Bermuda will grow as well too, right? So whereas the Zoysia will grow in the shade, it will also grow in the sunlight, and like Bermuda, it also likes sunlight. And whereas there is a way to selectively get rid of Bermuda in Zoysia, to my knowledge, there's not a selective way to get rid of Zoysia in Bermuda. Meaning that if the Zoysia starts, it gets off and it goes off on a wild tear and it grows like, oh, who knows, half a centimeter per year in your Bermuda. As it continues encroaching in the Bermuda, there's not going to be a whole lot you're going to be able to do to stop it without also hurting your Bermuda grass. So just keep that in mind if you're going to do that and have the grasses touch. You may end up where, the Bermuda goes in a little bit, but more than likely the Zoysia is probably going to go out more because it can handle shade and it can handle sunlight, whereas Bermuda really just needs sunlight. So just something to consider before you do that.